Welcome to a Minute of Inspiration. There was a question asked by one of you recently that we read a lot of books and we listen to a lot of insightful things. Why do we fail to make a change? And it's very interesting. It's essentially asking, I've understood what someone else is trying to tell me, or I've got a new insight into life, but I have failed to make a change. Now, the answer is very simple. It may not be that simple to do, but the answer is really simple. We have a concept of intelligence, which is that we gain certain knowledge, and that knowledge itself is intelligence, and whenever you need it, it'll come to use. While it does work in certain technical situations, it's not always the case. The real intelligence is the sustainability of an insight. And that is what decides whether life is really progressing and moving on or getting stagnated. What is sustainability of an insight? You get a new insight today, right? That life is X, Y, Z, and you get a new insight as a result of listening to something, as a result of experiencing something, as a result of reading a book. There is a new insight. To deal with it as intelligence means you will store it, and now you're hoping whenever you need to talk about it, it'll come to fore and you'll be able to recollect it. Yes, you'll be able to recollect it, but it's not leading to a change because it's stored somewhere in your brain as knowledge and it has no real purpose to give to your life. A sustainable insight is when you realize the meaning of that very insight that you learned and you're able to sustain it day by day into your life, and that's how change happens. It's not a one-time activity. So the transition that one makes from intelligence to insight is this, that an intelligence is knowledge in the brain and it'll help you into a certain action somewhere in the future. For example, we all as a nation decided to be non-violent, right? During our independence struggle, and that was an intelligent thought, and we did it for a while. And after that, we moved straight back into violence for years to come, continuing today. So that didn't lead to any significant change, which is it didn't make us non-violent people as such. What's an insight? Insight is to realize that there is violence and to end it. To not start doing something else, but to make an ending into an existing way, because now you have an insight that that's not the right way. And that insight, if sustained, that you end it each day, is the only way that it leads to change. So change is not about doing the opposite. Change is not about doing something different. The first step of change is to use the intelligence or to use the sustainable insight to make endings. And the ending of the old is itself the new. I hope you've been able to grasp it. I've gone really quickly because of the time that I want to restrict this to, but I will summarize it again very quickly. Intelligence is knowledge. It's stored. It makes us do certain things, usually do the opposite. Doing the opposite is not the change because it gets back into the old. The non-violent is not the end of violence. Whereas a sustainable insight is to understand what the change is and to make endings to the old and not worry about the new, because the ending of the old frees up an energy and the energy itself creates the new. So the ending of violence will itself create something else. It doesn't mean you have to start doing something. See you again.